Good evening. I have this hobby, you see. I like to study people. I love this. I like to listen to them. And I do it very often. And I feel like a kid when I'm doing it. See, you know, kids, they can do this. They can come and they will just look at you, right? They keep looking. And this is what I do sometimes. It could get awkward. You know, if me and my girlfriend, we're out somewhere, I can just end up standing there watching some people, right? And they might feel awkward about it, see? This happens quite often. I can't help it. It's just, this is how it is, you see. And then, of course, to be fair, I suppose I study myself too. I find myself quite interesting, actually, because I learn things from studying myself. When I see my reactions to things, when I see something unexpected, surprise that I see with myself, and this will be educational. And I thought I should give you some examples of this. The first one is when I started painting this lifetime. I got so ridiculously excited about it. And it didn't make sense, but it was interesting to see this excitement with me, you know. It's not a big deal, really, right? You put some paint on a canvas. No. But I got very, very excited about it. I loved it. So, and this led me to understand something about myself. That I have been a painter in past lives. I knew how to do it, and I had success with it, and there was pleasure there. And that's what I felt when I started doing it this lifetime. So it was very good. And this was through realizing that something was going on in myself, of course. Another example is the Catholic Church. You know, the Catholic Church shouldn't be something that bothers me, right? It's people, they have a religion, they have these churches, and they practice their religion. Shouldn't bother me, right? But it did. You know, I was in Rome, and I got so pissed off about this thing. And this was interesting to me. It was a very, very strong reaction that I felt inside of me. And it led me to look into it, of course. And then later I found out that I have been fighting the Catholic Church for many, many lifetimes. And it won't go away. That's quite interesting too. You know, it's just natural to me, sort of. I just don't like them, you see. And of course I know why. I know it's because of what they have been doing, right? And I've been sort of affected by it. My people that I love, have been affected by these people in the Catholic Church. And it will not go away from me, you see. So that was also very educational. And this was a surprise, really. I didn't expect it. I went to Rome and I thought, okay, so I'll look at these churches and, well, that will be interesting. And then that happened, you see. Another thing is quite recent. The last example I'll tell you about is recent. And it's again about my painting. So I was a painter in the past life, and I know this. And now I started painting again, this lifetime. And when I started doing exhibitions, there was this thing with deciding how much the painting was worth, right? And of course I talked to people, other art people, other artists about this, right? The galleries. Sometimes people talked about it, right? And I felt the protest quite quickly about this, the discussions, you see, because the discussions was much like, oh, you put the price which you think you will, people will pay. You want to sell the painting, right? And low prices, of course. And I felt that big protest in myself. And it didn't make sense to me, but then after a while it started to make sense to me. Right? And it was because I have been painting before. And the last lifetime when I was a painter, I painted my whole life. And at the end, the last 20 years or so, I did very well. I got pretty good money for the paintings, see. So I could, I had a family and we had a house, and I paid for all this through the painting. But then, of course, these paintings became worth a lot of money after I died. See? And this was fascinating to me because apparently I knew this. Something in me had knowledge about my paintings. So I ended that lifetime, I died, right? And those people who bought my paintings, sometimes they sold them at auctions and stuff, right? And there were investors who bought my paintings, and the prices started to soar. And they got ridiculous money for my paintings, which I don't mind, of course. It's all good. But what pissed me off was that I got so little when I painted them, you see. And apparently I knew this. It was in me, that knowledge, see. So when people started to talk about the prices this lifetime, I thought, no, this is not correct, there's something wrong here. And I started to charge more for the paintings. Because I thought, these people will earn a lot of money on these paintings when I'm gone, right? So it's just fair that I get a piece of this now when I'm doing them, right? So that's what I did. And an interesting fact is that it worked so well. See? People kept buying my paintings, see. Actually, the interest grew. People became more interested in the paintings when I charged more for them, see. So, but it all comes from this. And I think it's fascinating that I actually knew about it. It was like all these paintings that I painted that lifetime was like I was still connected to them, see? I knew what was going on with them. That was, amazing. So those are the examples. All right, be good.